Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Robbie Krager, the Flip Flop Flipper, and we're in this series where we're talking about what we do, why we do it, and we are real estate investors, value-add real estate investors, and today it's a really special video. I'm here with my beautiful daughter, and so we get to work on this project together, and we're going to go through the numbers. We're going to talk about the art that went into this. We're going to talk about everything. Buckle up, guys. Let's get into it. So what we have these shipping containers. Look how excited she is. Yay! Elizabeth is not outgoing as I am necessarily, but she gets the brains, the looks, and all of the artistic ability in the family. So I'm really proud of her, and I'm super excited that we got to work on this project together, and she just knocked it out of the park. So you guys, we upcycled some shipping containers. It took too long, it cost too much, but like everything else, in the end, it's gonna be worth it. And we're going to talk about it. Thanks for sitting down with us, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And I know you're not comfortable with this, but say hi to the audience. Right. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
I'm Elizabeth. I've been doing art forever, I guess. I don't know. I usually do a lot of painting. I'm not in real estate like the whole rest of my family. I work in a more artistic job back in Orlando.
We're going to bring her into the real estate game, kicking and screaming. Literally.
Yeah.
We have fights about it because I trap her when we take her out to lunch, and then we go look at bad real estate. And she's like, not again. You tricked me.
That's been happening my whole life. But
we just did it on the way here.
Yeah. But yeah, my normal job is an artistic job, but it's kind of seasonal. So I work in events, and during the summer when there's less events, I've been coming here and helping my mom decorate and doing some murals for them in a couple of buildings, I guess.
Not just any murals, though. She does really great murals, and I don't think we even knew how artistic you were and how talented you were until you started to come. And originally you were painting shapes and flowers, and then you painted the girl up on the roof of the Santurce building last year, and now this year you've just done this amazing stuff that you guys can see in this video. This is your first time really painting people like this, right?
Yeah, since like high school. Was because I told them originally I didn't want to do people, and the first couple murals were just leaves and nature kind of stuff, and then last year my mom wanted me to paint a face on their roof, and then now this summer I've just did a bunch of ladies for you guys in the containers. But yeah, and so hopefully you guys will come and stay with us in these shipping containers, and there's a little house as well. We've got different ladies sitting at the beach wearing beautiful hats, and take a picture, put it on Instagram, give us a shout out when you come and stay with us. Anybody who wants to come and stay, leave a comment below and we'll give you a special rate. Honestly, if you're going to come to Rincón, Puerto Rico, we would love to have you come and stay with us. That's part of the reason that we put this kind of content out there, is so that we just let the world know that we've got these new upcycled shipping containers out there for rent, and they're going on Airbnb, and so it's new for us, and it's an exciting time, and we would love to have you guys come and stay with us. When we finished these containers, they looked great, but they needed something. They needed an edge. They needed to pop, right? And so as a part of our other portion of this property, we had been doing artwork already. And there's a great artist, Rowan Sinclair, who we've collaborated with several times on many different projects. And in fact, we're doing something else with her now in Santurce. But because of a conflict, it didn't work out. Elizabeth needed a summer job. And so nepotism is real. And I'm not ashamed. Plus, she's really talented. And so she came in. Tell us, you kind of used Rowan's artwork as a jumping board, as a jumping off spot. How did that go? Yeah, so that was kind of why we did the ladies, because I was kind of just going off of what she'd done before. I'm trying to make it match her style so it goes with the rest of the property. And then so a few of them are pretty direct copies of one she did, and then a few of them are new ones that I came up with that match the style. They're all different ladies at the beach with they're all covered in sun hats. So they go with the vibe of the building. They're supposed to be like a little bit like an upscale kind of minimalist beach look. It's like the whole building's like white and gray, and then the ladies are kind of muted tones. They're all covered in hats. They're shady looking. Yeah.
What I like about it, Elizabeth, is I really feel like that these ladies on the wall could be any one of our guests who come and stay with us out there on the beach, having a great day, spending time with the family in the sun, hiding from the sun in their beautiful hats. But they're really cool. And I think you captured both what Rowan had done in the past, and I love that you put your own spin on it as well. So I think you knocked it out of the park.
Well, Thanks. They weren't like too hard to do. They're kind of I don't know if it's like impressionist style or not. They're kind of quick. They've got like big splotches of color to make them kind of look like a little more simple. The idea behind the ladies is that they're supposed to be kind of like an upscale like lady at the beach covered in the sun hat because they don't want to get burned or anything, which I relate to. And yeah, so they're all different. They all look a little different, but they're all matching because they have the hats like as the theme, tying them together.
We're a family of shade bathers. We love to chase the shade even when we're at the beach. So the big hat is kind of a theme in our family. Your mom has one of these big hats as well for years. She's worn it. And I love the idea of the beach, but being in the sun is something that is not my jam. So guys, along this theme of having fun in the sun but being able to get away from the sun, when you come to the property, we can give you guys a great umbrella and a couple of chairs, put you out there right in the middle of it, just fun in the sun with the family, but still get to not burn yourself to death.
Yeah, and when I was working in the houses, the air conditioning was great in all of them.
Oh,
Very
the air
cold.
conditioning works well in the upcycled shipping containers.
Yep.
Who knew? That's awesome. So that's good news. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Well, tell me now, you've also got to work with your mom for the last week. You've been painting these ladies, and your mom's been taking pictures and getting these things ready to go up online for nightly rental. And you know more than me about this at this point. What is she thinking that she's going to rent them for? Tell us about that a little bit.
So there's 4 containers. So one of them is a 2-bedroom with a living room and a porch. I think she's renting that one for $200. And then the next one over is 1 bedroom with a living room. That one's $175. And then the 2 upstairs don't have the living rooms. They're just a bedroom and bathroom and the outdoor kitchen porch too. I think those ones are $175 a night. $175 for the one downstairs, $150 for the 2 upstairs.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Everything's got its own outdoor kitchen, and really, so the idea is to draw people out. And when you go and you stay somewhere, you don't really want to stay in the room, and this is set up so that you can be outside and enjoying nature, and that's what Rincón is all about. So it's the beach, it's surfing, it's good food, it's good time, maybe even some good music. So hopefully we're gonna capture that vibe and you guys will enjoy your stay when you're here. So I'm gonna say, Elizabeth, it really did take us a lot longer to finish these out and get them to the point where we're now finally able to start inviting people to come and stay with us. And when we first started, we thought this would be an amazing way to provide nightly rentals for people near the beach or on the beach or really anywhere, right? These upcycled shipping containers, this idea, it's fun, it's trendy, but man, it took us way longer than we thought it would take us. It cost us way too much money, and we'll go through that math. But what do you think? Do you think that the people are going to enjoy it? Are these going to be a success? Are they going to flip or flop?
I think they will be a success. It's a nice beach. The containers are very nice. I don't know how difficult it is to advertise them or anything, but I think people will enjoy their stay once, I don't know, they kind of have like a glamping vibe. Like the insides are fancy, but then they have like the outdoor deck and the outdoor kitchen. It's very outdoorsy, but then you go in and it's nice. It's air conditioned. There's a beautiful mural.
So guys, just going through the numbers really fast because we are a real estate channel. We're value add real estate investors. And this is true value add, right? We bought some old shipping containers and we turned them into hotel rooms. We turned them into apartments, if you will. And it cost us about $35,000 per container to do that. And we thought, man, that's a really great price point, and it's going to work tremendously well for Airbnb, for hotel room type stuff. And I think that it still will. What we found, what we learned through this process is that even though we've got a park, a trailer park where it's kind of easy for us to put them in a spot and hook them into the power grid, the time that it took, the cost that went into that was, I think, much more than we had anticipated. Definitely, it took us several X's longer than we had expected to get the job done. But also, it cost us about $50,000 per box to get them in the spot where they live now. So all in, per container, we're at like $80,000 a door probably, which is still a pretty phenomenal price point to have a landed hotel room, right? And so we have 4 shipping containers, $80,000 a door. That's what, $360,000 that we've got all in. That's not bad at the prices that Elizabeth just explained. We should do pretty well. If we can get a 65% occupancy, we'll do phenomenally well. I haven't ever run the math before, but I'm doing it in my head right now. If you just kind of average them out, 2 at 150, 1 at 175, and 1 at 200, 168 a door. If we get 65% occupancy, about $160,000 gross revenue a year. So, that's pretty damn good. Now, obviously, there are some costs to running a hotel or an Airbnb even. Every time we clean them, that's an expense, and there's management on site, and so there's an expense there. So the way that we run our math, guys, and this is a really quick way for you guys to do it, we take our gross revenue, we subtract off thinking that it's going to cost us about 30. And in this case, I think we may be able to do it for better than that. But if we're at that 30% cost, then we end up with about $112,000, $113,000 of net revenue, $113,000 of net revenue on a little less than a $400,000 investment. That's going to kick us over a 25% return. That's pretty damn phenomenal. We start to call that the deal of a lifetime when you can do stuff like that. And again, I think we can outperform these numbers. I think we can do better on what it's going to cost us to run the place. So, all in all, are upcycled shipping containers a good way to provide housing or nightly rental stuff for people? I think that we're going to find out, but it looks like it's going to be very promising for us. It looks like there'll be a fun place to stay, and we look forward to inviting you guys to come and stay. I'll try and find the link from Elizabeth's mom, Linda, for the Airbnb. We'll put it inside of the description here. If you guys want to come, leave a comment below. I'll give you a special rate before you go click on the link, and we'll get you into Rincón. Come and stay with us. Here's the one thing that's kind of crazy that we learned. It turns out that these shipping containers, they don't travel all that well, especially when you tile the floors. So this was a mistake that we made on the first few that we did with the Upcycled them. We did this on a piece of property in San Juan, and then when we finished them, they looked tremendous. We put them on a truck and we brought them to the other side of the island. We cracked a lot of tile. We broke a lot of tile. So these things, they're meant to be on the ocean, and they give and take. What we learned from that is that we now are doing the LVP, the luxury vinyl plank. We think that it will travel better. The other thing that we learned is don't install your kitchens and bathrooms in place when you're going to take them and ship them 2 hours down the road. Wait till you get to where you're at before you put stuff in. We had some beautiful drop ceilings in the first 4 of them that we did, and along the path somewhere between San Juan and Rincón, the drop ceilings dropped right onto the floor. Maybe that's what caused some of the cracking of the tile. We learned some things, guys, and so I'm giving you this. This is a freebie for you. So if you're going to do an upcycled shipping container project, what we think is a better way to go now is to buy the raw container and take the shipping container to the place where you're going to have it live and build it in place. But if you can't do that, then learn from our mistakes. Don't use tile. I think that we won't ever make that mistake again. That LVP travels way better. And then it's just easy enough to install toilets and vanities and kitchens and things like that after it lands in place wherever it's going. Because if you've been to Puerto Rico, you know that you can't miss all the potholes. It's just impossible. So you want to let yourself get these things in place before you start sticking things on the wall and expecting it to be there when you arrive.
Did you build the outdoor part of it first or after the containers? Because they all have like decks and like poured concrete kitchens and stuff. Did that take extra time? Or
yeah, so we did all of that outdoor stuff after we put the shipping containers in place. We built all of the decking around the shipping containers and kind of came up with that theme with these really massive outdoor spaces where people will be kind of drawn out of the shipping container so that they'll spend hopefully most of their time out there. The kitchen is outside. There's some nice couches and furniture that's designed for you to sit there, and there's kind of even a view, especially on the top 2, you can see the ocean. The bottom 2, you have to really kind of turn your neck a little bit.
You probably have to lean off the deck to see the ocean.
You might have to lean off the deck. Yeah, that's right. You might. Yeah. But you're steps away from the beach, right? Like it's 50 yards from your front door to the sand of the beach. It's steps away from the beach, maybe 50 feet, 50 yards from your front door of the shipping container, right out into the sun and fun and the beach. Here's something else we learned when doing these upcycled shipping containers. We originally built them with kitchens or kitchenettes in them inside. And that causes the space, which is already kind of small, to get a lot smaller. So by building them in place and bringing the kitchen outside, it makes them feel much larger. So you now have, for instance, the 2 downstairs have a full living room with a nice couch, television, air conditioning like Elizabeth brought up earlier. And then your kitchen is outside. So you come outside to cook and to have family dinner and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's always fun working with you guys because then I get to come and like do art, which I like, and then usually go to like family dinner or something after, or go to IKEA with my mom a lot. And, but
I go to
it's always
IKEA.
fun.
I even go to IKEA with your mom a lot, and I hate going to IKEA. It is
Yeah.
fun. It's a nice family business, so we're really blessed that we get to work together. You actually just renovated a house in Orlando for us, and now your brother is getting married.
Yeah.
And he's gonna buy the house from us and live there. So
Yeah, so hopefully he likes it. Yeah, that was a nepotism project I got last summer. Was renovating the house we grew up in that you guys had as a rental. That was more difficult than I was expecting. I didn't realize how hard it is to go pick tiles that like for 2 different bathrooms that match the floor and the walls and are not terribly expensive, and like and then pick cabinets and everything to go with that, and it's a lot of work. So
yeah, and staying in budget, and then having contractors show up on time.
Yeah,
these are real problems that people don't think about when you think about becoming a real estate investor. You're thinking that things just go easy, and it's not like they're super hard or difficult, but there are difficulties to it.
It just takes a lot of time. It was a lot of going back and forth between stores and trying to pick things that don't go over budget and go together and are going to look nice at the end.
Yeah.
Well,
and do you like it? Are we going to be able to get you to do more of it?
Maybe.
We're going to bring her into the real estate investing side of things, kicking and screaming. There's no avoiding it. It's in your blood. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments. Tell me, what do you think of these upcycled shipping containers? Would you invest in something like this? Or more importantly, do you want to come stay with us in Rincón and test it out for us? These are brand new. They're going on now. We'll put the link in the description somewhere. And we'll get a special code, actually. Adon had the great idea that we can come up with a special code. We'll put it right in the description. So we're inviting all of you guys to come and stay with us in the upcycled shipping containers in Rincón and just have a great time, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. God bless.